Selling land on the internet. Welcome back, everybody, to the Hemingway Land YouTube channel. That little ditty was brought to you by my employees who have dared me to sing in one of these videos. They're a bunch of troublemakers, guys, especially the transaction coordinator, but I did it, so they owe me $5. Anyway, with that out of the way, we're going to begin this video not as we do with normal videos where I complain about random nonsense for 10 minutes, but rather actual businessy things. Businessy things. Starting off, guys, topic number one is that we are beginning to list some properties with realtors. This is not something we have done in the past, rare exceptions aside. We are, however, moving forward, going to be doing this more and more often. I anticipate, particularly as we get into more expensive properties, more larger dollar properties. I'm gonna broadly define that as anything north of $50,000. Whatever the case, you're going to start to see names and contact information for realtors associated with properties appearing on the respective listing pages. For instance, this one in Huerfano County is listed with Whitetail Properties. And so if you're still on the fence about doing business with us, if you're still on the fence, like, I don't know about these guys, you can contact our licensed realtor in whatever individual state the property is in and deal with them directly, particularly if you don't want to deposit $500 through the internet. You can just talk to them and deal directly with them and the title company. So look forward to that. More of those will be appearing on the website. Once you click the Buy Now button, they'll appear there. And probably also will be listed under miscellaneous information, the miscellaneous tab on the respective listing pages. And you're probably saying, hey, Hemingway, maybe you should have designed something into the website when you were doing this year-long redesign, which names the realtor and has a special block or something just for the... Yeah, no, guys, I know. Hindsight, 2020. Anyway, that's topic number one. Topic number two, we have two properties going live today. I will get to them in mere moments. Whatever the case, we had these properties surveyed. This is going to be something, I don't want to do this consistently, but I am looking to, quote unquote, add value to some listings as we move forward. And that may take the form of a couple different things. As an example, and I'm really just riffing here, in Hawaii, we buy these properties that are very, very forested, and the first thing anybody does when they buy them is knock down the trees so they can actually develop the land. We may start to quote-unquote doze properties just to kind of experiment with, again, adding value. Whatever the case, getting properties surveyed is going to be one thing that I want to start to do. Now, the surveying... Because these guys always have some backlog of 2 or 3 months, we can't get out there until November type of thing. Who knows how much of this we'll realistically be able to do. I think it's going to require a 4-month backlog of properties on our end to be able to do that comfortably. Whatever the case, this is something that I do want to experiment with. See how you guys react to this. I know not all of our end buyers need or want surveys. That's why we haven't done it in the past. The properties that we're doing this with this week, however, are ones that actually we're not interfacing with our mapping software. And so in the interest of making it, clear where the land is actually located, it's something that we elected to do this time and that we're probably going to do more. That, however, I will return to later in the video when I talk about those properties. Right now, what I want to focus on, however, is, so this is one of the survey markers you see right here that was put in the property. And is it just me? Now, let me quickly say this, guys. The surveyor who did this was based out of Sierra County. They're in Truth or Consequences. A delightful gentleman. Very nice business. I have no problems. Or complaints. Okay. But is it just me, or when you pay for a survey, wouldn't you like to see a more official thing sticking out of the ground, demonstrating your property boundaries, like a 4.5, 5 foot long metal pole, something that, says to the world around you that this right here, these are the property. But is it just me, or would you prefer something like that? Because I look at something like this, and to me, this looks like the least expensive thing you could buy at Home Depot that will be generally wind and rain resistant and can be secured into the ground. I feel like if they could secure popsicle sticks into the ground, they'd just buy popsicle sticks and do that. Anyway, the point is, to me, I look at this and I'm like, this is the best we could do as far as a definitive boundary marker? I mean, this holds up in court? This thing? Really? Is it just me? Anyway, let me know, guys. Leave your comments down below, because I am genuinely curious. Is it just me on this one, or would you like to see, like, a more official thing? Anyway. All right, with all that said, guys, special thanks to all our valued customers. Starting off in Taos County, sold some land this week to Josh and Eben, as well as returning customers Ken and Tracy. Special thanks to all those no doubt delightful people. In Valencia County, sold some land to John and Kyle, as well as Ulysses. Ulysses was not content to purchase just one property from us this past week. Nay, he purchased two, and Seth, not content to purchase two, he purchased three. So special thanks, again, to those fantastic people. And in Nevada, people. You remember Nevada? Remember how we sell land out there? Well, Sherry does. Sherry placed a deposit on a property a couple weeks ago, and we finally closed escrow with her this past week. That was in Humboldt County, where we still have a number of properties in inventory. So, one down, about 58 more to go. So once again, people, we find ourselves back in Socorro County. This week, however, we are not in the normal place, but rather in a new sub we have never previously before bought, listed, or sold land in with these two properties you see here. Both are 5 acres, both are priced at $10,000, and both are located in the Rancho de Bernardo subdivision. Where is that, pray tell? Well, travel with me now to the map to learn some more. So, we've been to Socorro County many times before. This, of course, is an intensely popular region where we sell a lot of parcels in the Rancho Rio Grande sub over here, just west of the 25, and the Rio Grande Estate sub over here, just north of the 60. This new subdivision, however, is located south of Rancho Rio Grande, about 10 minutes south of Belen, and just west of where the I-25 meets the 60. And if I had to ballpark it, I would say Rancho de Bernardo occupies roughly this region right here. And if we zoom in on the map, one of the first surprising things you will see is that there's actually some development out here, more actually than the subdivision to its north. Of course, this likely has to do with its proximity to the Rio Puerco, which seems to make the area more lush and likely easier to get water to, hence the home sites. Whatever the case, you'll notice right down here by the highway, we've got this RV park, as well as a number of small family farms and what I like to call ranchettes. Of course, it helps that the highway is nearby, so all of these roads out here have actually been paved, shockingly. And in addition, all of the parcels in this sub are in the 5-acre range, so of course, more land to build on and more privacy to go along with it. Our first property is located in the midst of these developed home sites here along Onate Drive, and I'm guessing that's missing a squiggly above the N and should actually be pronounced Oñate. Oñate. Who knows? Whatever the case, the roads out to the property are mostly paved, as this main arterial through the sub is located just 1 block south. This road, by the way, is labeled as, oh my god, Cam Yaguado. Yaguado. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. Feel free to correct me in the comments, because I am genuinely curious how the hell you say that. But regardless, if you take Cam Yaguado up here, bang a right onto Oñate, and make your way to the property, it is mostly paved, with apparently the last 100 yards being a dirt and sand consistency that looks like this. According to our photographer, however, very easy to drive. Anyway, the subject property has power at the lot line here along Oñate, and power lines do stretch throughout the region, servicing all of the aforementioned developed home sites, meaning that it should be easier and more affordable to get connected to the grid. In addition, the land itself is nice and flat, so easy to park on, easy to build on, and easy to develop. And of course, like all the subs we list in this region, the property is not subject to any countywide zoning ordinance, nor is it part of an HOA. Ergo, people, a little bit of Latin, no annual dues, no covenants, no restrictions, and the ability to develop the land in whatever way you like, including the non-traditional ones, so difficult to get permitted elsewhere. In addition, guys, let's not bury the headline. As noted earlier, we got this property surveyed and staked, and a new boundary plat was created and recorded with the county. More specifically, this was all done by Chaparral Surveying, and it was done in an effort to eliminate the expense for the eventual buyer, as well as the guesswork about where exactly does my new property begin and end. Point being, this is an additional benefit because your corners have been clearly marked. And in case anyone is going to ask, yes, we will be providing copies of all that to whoever eventually purchases. Our next property is a little bit further north in the sub, located here just off the, we're going to say Cam Yaguado again, Cam Yaguado Road. Now, Everything I just said about the first property pertains to this one. Well-maintained roads, power at the lot line, no zoning, no HOA, no dues, no restrictions, and this one was also surveyed and staked. One difference here, and one thing I want to take a moment to explain, because it's kind of confusing, is this. So, if you look at the road access photo here, you'll see that this is what the road looks like. But if you look at our drone overlay, you'll see that the parcel doesn't connect to the road. What's the deal with that, you ask? Well, to explain this, we're going to throw the parcel map up on the screen. So, the subject property has legal access here along Ladrone Vista. Now, when you view this on Google Maps, you can't see Ladrone Vista, and quite frankly, if you were standing on it, you wouldn't be able to see it either. Point being, the road has not been maintained. Why hasn't it been maintained? I don't know exactly, but I'm going to speculate that it's because, one, it's a relatively small road, which, two, runs basically paralleled to the well-maintained road just to its east. Point being, to get out to the property, you would take the main road all the way, and then you could drive or walk over this parcel to get to yours. And since the other parcel is not developed, probably no one will ever tell you not to. If they do, however, rest assured you do have legal access along this road, which is roughly 10 feet away. I hope all that's clear, though I feel like it's not. Whatever the case, long story short, guys, the property has legal access and power at the lot line. Finally, guys, as we wrap up here, it bears mentioning that one of the really nice things about a region like this is that it is so close to Belen and Los Lunas, so you won't have too far to go for groceries and supplies, as well as the fact that Albuquerque is just a quick 40 minutes north on the highway, and Elephant Butte Lake, the largest body of water in the state, is just an hour and a half south. So even though these properties are a little rural, there's a lot of great things to do and see, none too far away. Finally, guys, it wouldn't be a Friday here at Hemingway Land without some new lots debuting in Taos County. This week we've got 5 new properties in Tres Piedras, 1 half-acre lot, and 4 quarter-acre lots. And because all of you are no doubt sick of hearing me say the exact same things over and over about this region, I will simply give you the broad brushstroke. Here we go. So we've got a half-acre property in Unit 5. That's down here about 2 miles south of the highway, no utilities anywhere close. Then up here a little closer to the highway and to utilities, we've got 3 new lots in Unit 6 here and Unit 7 here and here. And way the hell over here in the illogically located Unit 9, we've got our final quarter-acre lot of the week. See their respective listing pages to learn more. With all that said, going live on the website next week, we are back in, oh my god, get this people, Arizona. Yes, true story. Back in the Grand Canyon State with some new RV-friendly properties relatively close, to the Grand Canyon itself. Tune in next week to learn more. Until such a time, have a great 7 days, everybody, and we will see you back here in next week's video.